Hello, I thought I'd create a quick tutorial on how to install Blynk server on AWS free tier using AWS AMI Linux. So we're going to start by taking a look at a couple of places here on the web. One is this is where you download the current Blynk server release. Right now it's 0.40.2. Here are the instructions for setting up a local server at this URL. You can flip through this. It shows you how to set it up on Windows and a couple other different ways. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new instance on EC2 of Amazon Linux AMI. We're going to pick T2 Micro free tier eligible. We'll take the defaults, default. On this screen we're going to select an existing security group. I have one created. Take a look at these ports and replicate that on your new security group. Review and launch. And then finally you're going to probably create a new key pair. If you have an existing key, you can use it. I have an existing key. If you need to create a new key pair, just name it and download it. No big deal. Okay, the instance is launching. Also, we're going to create a public certificate on letsencrypt. In order to do that, we need to have this external IP address and we need to create a DNS-A record. I have a domain here. It's going to be blynk.pi4it.com. It's a domain I own. We're going to create an A record pointing to that public IP address. Okay. And now we're going to use that IP address and connect with our SSH client. In the public key properties here, I'm going to specify that PEM file that I downloaded and use session public key setting. At the username, it's ec2-user. Accept. I'll crank this up a little bit for everybody. Alright, at the bottom right, I have the commands you need in order to get this going. I'm going to cut and paste these and I'll explain them. Alright, this takes a minute or two to install all these updates. So you start by uninstalling Java 1.7 because Blynk server will not work with that. You need to install Java 1.8. Before I do the install, I run an update to update all the packages to get the latest security updates on the VM, which is always a good idea. After those three things are done, I'm going to download the latest Blynk server, which happens to be at this exact URL, and then I'm going to create a directory called Blynk for the data. Once I'm done with that, which is what's running right now, I'm going to try to get a letsencrypt certificate. I need to run these three commands. In these three, the bottom command, you're going to need to modify your email address and the exact DNS name that you created with your A record. letsencrypt is going to reach back out to this host name across the internet and try to download a temporary file it creates to verify that this is indeed the host name that it's creating a certificate for. That's why it's important. Alright, let's get this done. This will take a minute or two. It installs, as you see, a bunch more stuff, including Python. Once it gets done doing the install, it will reach out and try to get the certificate. If everything works okay, you'll get a congratulations message. If it doesn't work okay, you get a big red screen of blah, which is going to be a bunch of Java error messages. Kind of dig through them. The bottom right one will pretty much tell you what the problem was. And here we go. Any second now. Alright, congratulations. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, next thing I need to do is I need to change the directory permissions on these two directories so that my normal user, you can see the $sign here, I'm just logged in as a normal user, not root. So in order for my normal user to see these certificate files, I need to run those two commands. No big deal. Alright, I'm also going to redirect ports 80 and 443 to the tables, to the Blynk server server ports. So Blynk defaults at 8080 and 9443, but I don't want to be typing :9443 all the time, so I'm just going to redirect those. Finally, I'm going to create a couple files here, mail.properties, and in here I'm going to paste all of this. Of course, you're going to need to replace the username with your username and password with your password. Server properties, I'm going to paste that. You'll need to replace this directory with the directory that you have for your host name. And then we're going to fire up the server. This will take a minute, especially if it's the first time. Okay, so far it looks pretty good. And we're going to go here and log into blynk.pi4it.com/admin. And it may not be up and running yet. I'm going to do a DNS just in case. 346262. Okay, we're getting the correct address. And there we go. Admin at blynk.cc with password admin is the defaults. You can figure out how to change that by doing some Google searches. That's not really part of this tutorial. Alright, so now we have it going, and I just logged in. I'm going to Control-C and get out. Eventually you're going to want to have this boot up automatically, and you do that by typing cron tab-e, and then I got this command here that's going to tell the server, hit I for insert, paste it, escape, :WQ. Now when the server reboots, or when I reboot the server, or does security patch, whatever, when it reboots, it's going to bring back up the Blynk server automatically. So hopefully that this couple of minutes showed you a little bit about running Blynk server on Linux, and have a great day.